Missile Man, could you please narrate one incident that proved to be a turning point in your life which eventually shaped your profession? It happened at the age of 10 when I was studying in class 5. I had a teacher, Sri Siva Subramanya Iyer. He was one of the best teachers in our school. One day he was teaching about birds' flight. He drew a diagram of a bird on the blackboard depicting the wings, tail, and the body structure with the head. He explained how birds create the lift and fly. He also explained to us how they change direction while flying. At the end of the class, he wanted to know whether we understood how birds fly. I said I did not understand how birds fly. When I said this, he asked the other students whether they understood or not. Many students said that they did not understand. He was not upset by our response. Instead, he said that he would take all of us to the seashore. That evening, the whole class was on the seashore. We enjoyed the roaring sea waves, knocking at the rocks in the pleasant evening. Birds were flying and chirping sweetly. He showed the seabirds flying in a formation of 10 to 20 numbers. We saw the marvelous formation of birds flying with a purpose, and we were all amazed. He showed the birds and asked us to see what it looks like when the birds fly. We saw the wings being flapped. He asked us to look at the tail portion and the combination of flapping wings and twisting tail. We noticed closely and found that the birds in that condition flew in the direction they wanted. Then he asked us a question. Where is the engine of the bird and how is it powered? A bird is powered by its own life and the motivation of what it wants. All these things were explained to us within 15 minutes. We all understood the whole bird dynamics with a practical example. How nice it was. This is real teaching. For me, it was not merely an understanding of how a bird flies. From that day, I thought that my future study had to be with reference to flight and flight sciences. One evening after the classes, I asked the teacher, "Sir, please tell me how to progress further in learning flight sciences." He patiently explained to me that I should complete class 8, go to high school, and then I should go to college that may lead me to my education of flight. This advice and the bird flying exercise given by my teacher really gave me a goal and a mission for my life. When I went to college, I took physics. When I went for engineering in Madras Institute of Technology, I took aeronautical engineering. Thus, my life was transformed as a rocket engineer, aerospace engineer, and technologist. The one incident of my teacher encouraging me to ask questions, showing the visual live example, proved to be the turning point in my life, which eventually shaped my profession. We all regard you as the undisputed father of the Indian Missile Program. Please enlighten us on the Integrated Guided Missile Development Program, IGMDP, and 5 of its major projects. In 1983, IGMDP envisaged development of 5 missile systems. A. Prithvi, surface-to-surface missile with 150 km range. B. Akash, medium range, surface-to-air missile, 24 km range. C. Trishul, short range, quick reaction, surface-to-air missile, 8 to 10 km range. D. Nag, fire and forget, anti-tank missile, 4 km range. E. Agni, technology demonstrator of a long-range strategic missile system. During the last 25 years, 2 strategic missile systems have been fully deployed and they have been produced in quantity and deployed. Akash has been ordered by the Air Force. Number of variants of Prithvi and Agni have also been developed. We are often troubled by the inequality of access to education. How can this be resolved? How can we as students help in solving this problem? This can be resolved only by enhancing the number of seats in professional courses like medical, pharma, and management, as has been done in the case of engineering. Today, a number of engineering seats are vacant. Students have a choice for getting the best education. Students can solve the problem by going for distance education programs, which will reduce the load on classroom education. Institutions have to ensure that in distant education program, the content quality is high and appropriately supplemented with contact programs. Atom is usually associated with atom bomb destruction. Please enlighten us on the brighter side of atom. How is it used for creation and development? Nuclear energy can be used for power generation, medical application, and irradiation of seeds for quality agriculture. How do you see India by 2020? I visualize the following distinctive profile of India by 2020. A nation where the rural and urban divide has reduced to a thin line. A nation where there is an equitable distribution and adequate access to energy and quality water. C. A nation where agriculture, industry, and service sectors work together in symphony. D. A nation where education with value system is not denied to any meritorious candidate because of societal or economic discrimination. E. A nation which is the best destination for the most talented scholars, scientists, and investors. F. A nation where the best of healthcare is available to all. G. A nation where the government is responsive, transparent, and corruption-free. H. A nation where poverty has been totally eradicated, illiteracy removed, and crimes against women and children are absent, and no one in the society feels alienated. I. A nation that is prosperous, healthy, secure, devoid of terrorism, peaceful and happy, and continues with a sustainable growth path. J. A nation that is one of the best places to live in and is proud of its leadership. We know that you are a connoisseur of classical Carnatic music. How and when did you develop this interest? Particularly, I enjoyed the imaginative alapanas of music exponents like M.S. Subbalakshmi and Simanaguddi Srinivasa Iyer. My friend Santanam and myself were regular listeners in Thuruvayur Tyagaraja Festival while we were studying in St. Joseph College, Trichy. We used to discuss the ragas for weeks in the hostel after listening to the music in Tyagaraja Festival. Any message for the future citizen of India? Friends, I would like to assert for the future citizens of India that no youth today needs to fear about the future. How? If you have an aim in life, realize that spent time cannot be recovered. The precious time has to be used for achieving the goal. Have the confidence to win, to defeat problems and succeed. Have a righteous heart